exposed.
See if I can get
And
that.
everything come out.
They took all day. They done so much.
You ready?
Oh yeah.
How we looking over here? How we looking? How many inductees we got?
Yep.
Okay,
I got you.
QC sessions. We have the sessions. We locked in. You better tap in. Hey, we here, Positive Brothers United. Grand opening for the computer lab and whatnot. We got Doc.
Great, you checking it out, make sure it's accurate.
You know, brought some big representatives out. Doc, how you feeling, my brother?
I want to see if it's accurate.
Monument February 3rd, that's the day that Black folks first ever voted.
Okay.
5 years after slavery.
Ain't that something? So here we go with the opening of the Positive Brothers United movement. I love this, man. You know, I told you I'm always with you. Salute you. What else you got coming up?
Basically, we just we got the, like I said, he said the computer lab we got going on for the kids. We got the buses, donation for rides. You know, if you need a ride to your appointments, job appointments. We deliver food to the elderly from the food pantries. So if you need any type of help, you know, just come here. This is the nucleus for help.
Nucleus for help. Okay, give me the number one more again, Dr.
309-621-342.
That's definitely Positive Brothers United. We got a whole bunch of good brothers here. We got Grady. We got Ron.
That's the mayor, my
Oh, we got the mayor. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's go see if we can get the mayor on this camera. You know, this is what we're here for. We got any good questions for the mayor? You got any good? You got something, Doug? You gotta have a good. I just can't get the mayor with no BS.
How you been, man?
Hey, what's going on? Session QC. We just heard the hardest podcast in Quad City. We just here to interview everybody that came out to support Positive Brothers United. So, you can have a word from you guys?
Absolutely. Excited to be here. My name's Greg Johnson. Just really excited to be here. A lot of great work, and this is just going to be a great facility. So absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, Mike Tomes, Mayor of Rock Island. And once again, it's a great opportunity for people to have resources that they normally wouldn't have access to. Whether it be the computers and doing resumes, being productive, or whether it be teaching them, whether it be math, a lot of different things. And so it's an area that has been needing this for a long time.
Most definitely. So any other programs y'all got coming up that y'all supporting for the community?
You know, we're looking at some affordable housing downtown Rock Island.
Okay.
That we're trying to put together right now also for that.
I actually got appointed to the elementary and secondary education in Springfield. So I'm really excited to make sure that we continue to fund education, even ramp the education funding up even more. We switched to an evidence-based funding in 2017. Up until that point, Illinois was the worst funded state for children in the entire nation. We need to increase that number this year because the pandemic made things worse. We need to make sure that all of our kids have an opportunity to reach their full potential. And by the evidence-based funding, and even expand that further, that's exactly what we're going to have to do. Continue to invest in the STEM program, continue to make sure that all of our kids are prepared.
Get a chance at life.
Absolutely, and also even push trade programs, make sure that our kids have the opportunity not only to go to college, but to go into the workforce immediately after they get out of school. Two-track opportunity for them because our kids deserve nothing but the best, and they deserve the same opportunities that I had when I was a kid, and I don't think we've done a good job of doing that in the past few decades.
I do got one more question. What about bringing more businesses to the west end of Rock Island, which we all know, growing up, 9th Street, 11th Street was bustling with great businesses. You know, the community was here. So what are we doing to bring back anything back to the west end? Because I remember what Nancy Pies and all those places were sold and Walmart never came and whatnot. Are we looking to bring in more companies or something?
We've been talking to several companies and trying to get it here. We're talking to a developer now that's maybe looking at some kind of complex in there, but we got a little ways in the negotiations on that. But we're also going to list it with the National Realtor, and so let them do a big net across the country and see if we can bring some people down here. Retail brick and mortar is hard to do these days.
Most
with internet ordering and everything else. People aren't making that investment like they used to, so it makes it a lot more difficult. We're also working down farther on the left, 11th Street, and the north end, another affordable housing, and we're actually requiring them to put a mini grocery store in the base of it if it happens. And
That's
so,
dope. That's dope. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Got to bring something back to the community.
Yes.
I remember I grew up right down from Longview Park.
All right.
I used to shop at Zayre's. I used to go to national food stores. Used to get our medicine at Doden's. So
See, when you said a name most people don't even know exists anymore.
Yeah,
Doden's.
yeah, Doden's drugstore. I mean, you had all kinds of opportunities there. I could get on my bike. I could ride a half mile in any direction, and it seemed like the whole world was right on my feet. And the kids that are growing up here for the last 2-3 decades, that Rock Island hasn't been here. It was a Rock Island that had close to 60,000 people. We're down to about 36, 37. We have to continue to invest in our infrastructure and those opportunities, because if you build good things, including 11th Street, which as you guys related, it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
It's a main thoroughfare through here. You know, it was pristine when I was a kid. Fixing these roads, investing in infrastructure, it's going to bring people in. That brings jobs, brings businesses, brings opportunities.
So I'll tell you, we're committed. The city and the state are committed to working together and making this better. We're not going to work separately and have our own agendas and everything else. We want to work together to make it happen.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on Section
you. Thank
26,
you.
the hardest podcast in the choir. Here we go. We got the mayor and the state representative. Y'all better tap in and catch up with us. We doing